Cuban doctors posted to counties bordering Somalia are leaving their workstations 4 days after their colleagues were abducted in Mandera. They're leaving from several places here: Lamu, Garissa, Tana River, Wajir and Isiolo. This is all happening just 4 days after the abduction of 2 doctors on Friday at a point where I'm about to show you right now. This is where it all happened. It's in Mandera, and intel shows that they actually crossed over to Somalia through the border, Bulahau, which is about just 2 kilometers from there. The doctors were shot. One of the security officers who was with the doctors was also shot dead in that process. We've been gathering a lot of details for you to find out what more can be said about this, and we still have more details. What we know right now is that the suspect crossed over to Somalia after the abduction. The driver transporting the doctors was arrested and charged. Let me show you his picture. There is one of the drivers who was moving around the doctors. He's been arrested. Police have been given 15 days to continue with that investigation and keep him in custody to find out whether there's anything more he may know beyond that. But to still know more about that, government rules out any ransom payout to Al-Shabaab, and there's still more as well. What we know at this point is that there were elders who were dispatched to Somalia to negotiate the release. They're yet to come back. KDF, Kenya Police, dispatched to chase after the vehicles that were used in the abduction as well, and Kenya is collaborating with Somalia for the rescue. Faisal Abdurrahman has been following the details for us and is joining me live from Mandera. Faisal, what more do we know?
All right, Trevor, it has been tough days with painful thoughts here in Mandera County as such and rescue for the 2 Cuban doctors who were abducted on Friday the last week enters its 4th day as security intensifies its operations, air surveillance and also ground operations. But Trevor, what we know is that authorities are working together both from Somalia and Kenya. And what the latest we got is that there were some arrests that were made here in Bulahau, Somalia. 4 people were arrested, including a driver also who were hiding the attackers from that side of Somalia. In the Kenyan side, the driver who was carrying the Cuban doctors also was arrested in custody still as authorities request for more 15 days pending investigations. But Trevor, what is more interesting here is that when Al-Shabaab carries such an attack, they claim responsibility within 24 hours. But for this one, for now, 4 days down the line, they haven't claimed any responsibility for the abduction of the Cuban doctors, and still security are intensifying the operations. And as we have already said in our earlier reports, is that elders, our sources are telling us elders have already reached the notorious El Ade ghetto region to intensify talks between the 2 elders from that side of Somalia and also this side of Kenya, so that they return these doctors safely. But here in Mandera, security is tightened. Vehicles who are moving in and outside being frisked, and crackdown started for the vehicles who are registered with illegal number plates by NTSA and security operations.